The first day.
June 14th, 2016, a new beginning. It was 7 in the morning. A light drizzle was falling and the sky was covered with clouds. The streets of Bhopal were filled with school buses rushing past and children heading towards their schools. Today was a special day, at least for Vikas. It was his first day at a new school. A new school, a new environment. Vikas had always been a part of his old school, where he knew every friend, every teacher, and every corner. But now, everything was different. New school, new building, new classmates, new friendships, and maybe something more. His new school was St. Paul International School, a fictional name, one of the most prestigious schools in the city, known for its academic excellence, discipline, and strong cultural values. Vikas felt a slight nervousness. He was 16 years old, lean, but his appearance had a unique charm. His chocolate brown complexion and innocent yet confident face made him stand out. When he smiled, his dimples added to his personality, making him even more striking. Our first encounter at the school gate. As he reached the school gate, his eyes scanned the surroundings. Everything was unfamiliar, but deep inside, he was searching for a familiar face. "Are you new here?" a voice suddenly asked from behind. Vikas turned around to see a tall boy with slightly curly hair and a friendly smile. "Yeah, it's my first day," Vikas replied. "Oh, I'm Arjun, your new friend. Come on, I'll show you your class." Arjun seemed warm and welcoming. The two walked into the school building together. The hallways were buzzing with activity. Some students were chatting in groups, teachers were ensuring discipline, and new students were trying to find their classrooms. Entering class 11A. As Vikas stepped into the classroom, he glanced around at the students. Some faces seemed familiar, while others were complete strangers. There were about 40 students in the class, each with a unique personality. "Look over there. The seat by the window is empty. You can sit there," Arjun pointed out. Vikas walked over and sat by the window, letting out a small sigh of relief. The rain was still falling outside, and the cool breeze flowed into the classroom. The weather was pleasant, but Vikas' heart was still racing. Just then, the classroom door opened, and a girl walked in. The first glance, Saanvi's entry. Saanvi, a name Vikas had never heard before, but perhaps it was about to become the most important name in his life. She had an average height, but her eyes held something different, depth, a sparkle that was hard to ignore. Her long, thick hair was slightly damp from the rain, and she kept tucking it behind her ear as she walked. "Hey, Arjun," she said, taking her seat. Arjun smiled back. "Hey, Saanvi, meet the new student. This is Vikas." Saanvi gave a slight smile and looked at Vikas. Just a brief glance, but it felt like it had said something unspoken. Vikas was about to say something when the teacher entered the class. First period, a new beginning. The first period was math. All the students had taken out their notebooks. Vikas loved studying, but today his mind was elsewhere. His eyes kept drifting towards Saanvi. Sometimes in life, a stranger suddenly feels familiar, someone you've never met before, yet it feels like you've known them forever. Vikas felt the same way. Lunch break, the first conversation. During lunch break, Arjun and Vikas headed toward the cafeteria. On the way, they ran into Saanvi, who smiled slightly and asked, "So, new student, how's the new school?" "It seems fine so far, but I'll understand it better with time," Vikas replied with a smile. "Arjun told me you already live in Bhopal, so why did you change schools?" Vikas felt a little uncomfortable. Some questions don't have easy answers, but you still have to respond. "Just family reasons," he said briefly. Saanvi didn't press further, but for the first time, Vikas felt like he had presented himself genuinely to someone, without any pretense. Evening sunset and a new feeling. As school ended, Vikas picked up his bag and walked out. The rain had stopped, but the cool breeze still lingered in the air. Arjun was unlocking his bicycle, and Saanvi was talking to her friends. Vikas walked toward his own bicycle when a voice called from behind. "See you tomorrow, new student." Vikas turned around. Saanvi was smiling at him. There was something about her smile, something that was hard to put into words. Vikas nodded and smiled back, looking forward to tomorrow. As he rode home, many thoughts filled his mind. To be continued.